What's going on, folks? My name is Joe, aka J to the OE. Welcome back to Joe Eats Games, where we talk about food, video games, nerd stuff, and any other things that I'm interested in or want to talk about that day. Today, we're going to talk about the games that I want to play in 2025, but here's the caveat: it's old. Like, it's already come out. The great thing about that is there's so many games that have come out already or recently, and if I wait long enough, it'll be cheaper. And so there's so many games. Some of them I already have in my backlog, and some of them I know aren't full price, and I really want to play them. And today I want to talk to you about my top 10 games that I want to play in 2025, but they've already come out already. Before we get started, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And tell me which game in your backlog that you really want to play in the coming year. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of new games that are coming out this year, but I really want to try to control myself because there's already so many good games that have already come out. So I really want to try to control myself and not buying something day one or waiting for a sale. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, if the Switch 2 comes out, all of that is going to go away because I definitely want the Switch 2 and whatever games they come with it, Mario Kart 9 or whatever is rumored to come out with it. But anyways, today, that's not what we're talking about. Today, we're going to talk about this list that I made about things that I'm already really interested in that I want to play that's already come out, and hopefully I can get it cheaper and on the used side. So, the first game that I really want to play is all the Yakuza games. And I know there's a lot, right? I'm already working on Yakuza Ishin. Hopefully I already have, by the time this video comes out, hopefully I already have Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name. And then I want to start, I don't know if I should start at Yakuza Kiwami first. Some people are saying that, and then go to Yakuza 0, and then Kiwami 2, and then so on, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or Yakuza 0, and then Kiwami 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. But we'll see when I get there. I'm really holding out. Hopefully, by the time that I've played The Man with No Name, the limited run Yakuza Kiwami's come out already, and so I can kind of decide whether or not I can get the physical for that or not. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes when I get there. But I'm definitely interested. I played in December. I played Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, and it went through a lot of Kiryu's story. And man, it made me really interested to see all the things. Like I realized the ending and how he affected all the people. And I understand that I probably didn't get the emotional weight of that, but it made me want to play all the other games beforehand. And so the Yakuza games, I definitely want to play. Another thing I want to play was 2024's Game of the Year, Astrobot. I loved Astrobot on the PSVR. I love Astrobot's Playroom in the PS5 with the pack-in downloadable game. And I love that they made a whole game out of that thing. And so I'm super excited to play it. Hopefully I can get it on the cheap. It is a third-person platformer and kind of a puzzle game where you unlock a lot of like PlayStation things and a lot of old PlayStation franchises that are in there. And it's almost like a love letter to all the people, all the PlayStation fans. And yeah, so I'm really interested in playing Astrobot. What's cool about that too, and it's at least on the Astrobot's Playroom, it really makes use of the DualSense in a really different and really quirky way. And yeah, it made that tech so amazing. And so I'm excited to be able to use that tech with the whole game. The next game I'm really excited, I already have this, it is on my backlog, is Alan Wake 2. I played Alan Wake 1 in 2024, and I needed a break from all the creepiness, and so I'll be ready in a few months to play Alan Wake 2, and I already have it, so I don't have to pay for it. And yeah, I can't wait to continue that story. And I already played kind of the first hour or two about it. So the premise is you're playing two characters, you know, a detective that's kind of in the same town and looking at all the strange happenings in that. And for some reason, somehow you also play as Alan Wake. and that's all I'm gonna say without spoiling a lot of Alan Wake 1 for you. But yeah, it's really cool, and it makes use of using light in a really interesting way with your flashlights and all of that. And yeah, and I heard Alan Wake 2 was just really so much better than Alan Wake 1. And yeah, I can't wait to play that. Also, the graphics are crazy. I played a lot of Switch last year, and then going into PS5, it's night and day. It's night and day. The next game I really want to play is Stellar Blade. I kind of loved the Devil May Cry series. I loved the Bayonetta series, and I heard Stellar Blade was just like it. And yeah, I want to try it. I like action, kind of button mashing combat, third person. And yeah, Stellar Blade looks fast, it looks actiony, it looks flashy, and yeah, I really want to play Stellar Blade next year. And again, hopefully I can get it used, hopefully I can get it cheap, hopefully I can get it on sale or trade it in with that. We're going to take a little break and go into most of these games that I've mentioned are PS5 games that I want to play. And but we're going to take a little break from that and head on to Xbox Game Pass. Because the game that I really want to play on Xbox is the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Indiana Jones is amazing. I'm a big fan of the Indiana Jones, at least the original trilogy. You know, Temple of Doom, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and The Last Crusade. The Last Crusade, perfect movie. Perfect movie. I heard really, really great things about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And yeah, so I really want to wait. I'm hoping it's a shorter game. I heard it's not that long, so maybe I can finish it in a weekend binge type thing. But yeah, I really love the Indiana Jones franchise, and I want to play Indiana Jones and the Great Circle because I really hear great things. And the other Xbox Game Pass I want to play is Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2, I loved Hellblade 1. I loved how they used kind of the speakers and what she was going through. Was it schizophrenia? Like just different things on different voices and different sides and behind and up front. And I love how they use that to tell you like if someone's attacking, but the whole thing is sometimes those voices are lying to you, which is kind of crazy, literally. And yeah, I played a little bit of it, and the graphics were phenomenal. I did hear it was just kind of a 6-hour game, but you know what? I got Game Pass, so it's free with my subscription, so I don't mind, and that's great. I need a 6-hour game to finish. In the midst of all these 20 to 30 hour games, I really want to kind of finish a game real fast and feel a little bit of accomplished. And I'm really interested to see how they continue that Hellblade story with Senua. And yeah, Hellblade 2, another old game that I want to finish or play in 2025. Going back to PS5, and I do realize that some of these games are on Game Pass, but it's a whole lot easier for me to play it on PS5 because I'm on the go. I could be with my son, I could be anywhere and just play it. So I'd rather much play it until Xbox gets that portable console. I really much rather play it on a PS5 or if the Switch has it as well. The next game I want to play is kind of a guilty pleasure game because I heard it sucks. It's Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws, you play the outlaw in the Star Wars universe. Yeah, I like anything shiny with Star Wars in it. And so I just want to be in that universe again, play as a female Han Solo sort of thing. And yeah, just see how the chaos ensues and see the story that goes along with it. The great thing about it is because it wasn't a good game, I'm pretty sure I could get that thing for $20 or $30 in 2025. And that's good news because that's the only way I'll play it. If it's $20 or $30, or if I could trade a bunch of games in and get it for super cheap. So, Star Wars Outlaws, something on my list that I want to play in 2025. What got me really into video games, the first video games that I loved is first-person shooters. You know, first-person experiences. Halo was it was first-person shooters and sports games. It was Madden, NBA Live, because it was good back in the day, and Halo. That was it. You know, that was my thing in the OG Xbox, 2003. I went to, what was it? It wasn't EB Games. It wasn't GameStop. It was like Star something. But I remember I went there, Greenbelt, Maryland. I went there and I traded in some of my cousin's games that he gave to me, but I never played. And I got an Xbox, Halo, and I think NFL Fever. So it wasn't Madden. NFL Fever 2004. And yeah, I loved it. I loved Halo. And so I really look for good single-player, first-person shooter experiences, and they don't have a lot of that anymore. But what they do have, and it came out, I think, in 2023, was RoboCop, Rogue City. I hear amazing things about RoboCop, and I have it on the shelf over here, my PS5 shelf, and I can't wait to play that. You know, I'll probably take a break from the Yakuza series, and that's probably the next thing I'll get. RoboCop, because it's just like the movies, hyper violent and nonsensical, but also a little bit of social commentary. And yeah, I remember as a kid I loved RoboCop, and then I watched it again, and I couldn't believe my mom and my aunt let me watch that thing, but it was funny at the time. Yeah, and so actually, I'll probably try to watch it again. Just RoboCop 1 and 2 before I play it, because I hear it's right after the events of RoboCop 2, and so I just kind of want to refresh. I haven't seen a RoboCop movie in probably over a decade, and yeah, so I can't wait to get into the world of RoboCop all over again. The next game I want to play in 2025 I got for Christmas, or my Secret Santa, is Persona 3 Reload. I love Persona 5. I love Atlus games. I love JRPGs made by Atlus. And I didn't know, well, I didn't want to get Persona 3 last year because everything was just so stacked. But now that I have it, it's time to play it. So I think I want to play an Atlus game every year. And yeah, Persona 3 will be the Atlus game that I play. It's a Persona game. You're in high school and you turn into personas and monsters and you defeat other monsters. I have no idea what the story is. I just know it's made by Atlus and it's a Persona game. And so I'm excited to go through that. There's a lot of like relationship building in Persona games. There's a lot of good battle systems in Persona games. I hear they updated Persona 3 to be a lot more modern. And so I'm really, really excited about that. And my number 10, the last old game that I want to play, is Rise of the Ronin. The way it was described to me, I think it was a little derogatory, but it happened. But I happen to love it. They say it's not that good. It's just Assassin's Creed, except in Feudal Japan. And I'm like, well, that sounds great to me. You know, I like sword games. I like samurai games, and I like Assassin's Creed. So if it's this button mashy kind of pseudo stealth, but mostly just attack people kind of game with Rise of the Ronin, I'm in. You know, I'm in. I love that type of games anyways. And so Rise of the Ronin, hopefully, again, I can find it for cheap and used, but complete. That's important. So those are kind of 10 older games, or way more if you consider all the Yakuza games. But yeah, those are 10 games that I want to play that have already come out in the year 2025. I'm sure I'll come out with a video of games that I'm excited that I'll actually release off the top of my head, like Yakuza, the pirate game, Metal Gear Solid Delta, stuff like that. And whatever Nintendo Switch, Super Nintendo Switch 2, or whatever you call it, is going to come out this year. I'm excited. And of course, the game Grand Theft Auto 6 that they said was going to come out in 2025, but I don't believe it until there's an actual release date, and so I guess we'll see. But anyways, what games are you planning on playing in your backlog in 2025? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you later, or I'll see you another time.